Alrighty. Today, I would like to talk about the buffies because it's been like the biggest update that Brawl had in recent times and whatnot, you know? Anyways, buffies have been like, you know, I'm gonna assume everyone here knows what that is because like I don't really want to explain what buffies are again. I just want to share my thoughts on them and like why I think it's a horrible system. Like, okay, it's just gonna be a tangent video again, like all of my videos are, I guess. Just making tangents over Brawl Stars for no reason again. Anywho, so like the idea behind buffies is to just add in asterisks more depth to the game. And while I do appreciate the intent, I think they really missed the mark for reasons that I will go over, in my opinion at least. Anyways, let's see. First we have to start with the characters that do have a buffy at all. Like, who they gave buffies to. They gave it to Shelly, Mortis, and Frank, Ems, and Spike. Which is like an interesting choice of brawlers to say the least. Because I definitely do not agree with these, well, I guess it's like not really something that I get to dictate because I'm like, oh, I'm biased against these brawlers or whatnot, but like, I just think that, okay, well, they said that they want to rework old brawlers with this, like, this gives them a chance to rework old brawlers. Yet, they, I think, picked a bunch of brawlers that just didn't need it. Like, sure, oh, some of their kits would need a change, like, I don't know, Frank Star Powers or something. But then you have the others like Spike or Shelly or Colt, who do have problems, I will not deny that. But it's just not enough to like warrant this drastic of a change in my opinion. Because, like, I don't know. Okay, listen. They're not as big of a problem as they made them out to be compared to other characters in the game. Like, I think there are just way worse designs than these 6 brawlers. Well, maybe they just wanted to like start with basic popular brawlers or whatnot, right? I suppose that makes sense. But if your goal is to redesign outdated gameplay, you shouldn't like go around and like change stuff that doesn't need changing, no? I don't deny that they had stuff to be changed, like speed loader and whatnot. But I also think that making them more annoying than they used to be is not the play, you know? Because what do you gain by giving Colt, for example, an ammo like steal? Did he really need that? Like, sure, before he just got the reload for free, but now he gets it for free, and on top of that, he just messes you up for just daring to walk at him, and he slows you. And I think that's my problem with buffies. Like, they claim to want to look at brawlers again and fix their issues, but then they like just overbuff the brawler for some reason. I think like every single brawler here is an example of that, except for Shelly. I think she got shafted for this, personally. Like, she didn't get much, which I think is fine, because I think that's how buffies should be. Shelly is the only character whose buffies complement her playstyle and add actual options with like clay pigeons and becoming a more control-based character. And I think buffies should aim to do that rather than over-kitting the brawler. And I'm not sure if they intend to do this with future buffies, but I sure do hope they do. Because if all buffies are gonna be like this, then it's just gonna be such wasted potential on the what do you call it? The mechanic, whatever. You know what I mean? Because I'm not denying that buffies have potential, but on top of that, like they're just like over kidding the brawlers. That's the biggest issue that I have with buffies. Like if they were normal buffs, like oh, a speed boost when your star power is activated, like Shelly, or you get a speed boost when you hit people with Colt. Like these are fine. I like these. But then you have stuff like when Frank is above 50% HP, he just gains a shield. That's basically like, that just opens up a lot of degenerate playstyles even more for Frank. Instead of like adding more to his gameplay, you're just making him, you know, more degenerate. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. And it's sad because, again, you had potential here. To like make Frank more interesting. Oh, you gave him a pull, sure. But like, did he need it? Does it complement his playstyle of running people down? No, it just gives him an option in neutral for no reason. Because did he need to have like a better buster pull with a longer slow? No, he did not. But you still gave it to him, and guess what? He's like, alongside the shield and the heals, he's one of the best brawlers in the game now, if not the best. And that's just one of the buffies. Like, what about the rest, you know? What about, you know, the silly goober Colt? Is he fine? No, not really. He's just better around, he's much better around corners now. And it's like, it's fine if you want to do that. I do think, okay, I should actually go through, like, I'm thinking, I'm not like, I don't have a script or anything. I just go through videos and just talk. And as things come to my mind, I say them. And I think if I go over the buffies one by one and say what I think of them, and whether they improve the brawler or not, would be a better thing to do, like compared to what I'm doing right now. So I'll probably do that after this. Alright, let me actually launch the game because I have my phone next to me. Let's see. Brawl Stars. We'll start with like the order, I think, of the brawlers. Shelly. Dash and Clay Pigeons. First off, the gadget buffies. So she gets invulnerability in Dash, like on top of the ridiculous reload that they gave to her, which I don't mind, by the way. I like Shelly, and I think making this gadget a more aggressive option was definitely a good change. However, I think just giving her straight up invulnerability is not it. You literally just gave her better max dash for no reason. Did you really have to do that? Like, this is just power creep in a way, because Max just has a worse dash now because she doesn't reload. Also, this dash is farther than Max and faster. I think faster. That could be wrong. Anyways, this one is a bad one in my opinion because again, it's literally just power creep, and I don't think Shelly needed this. I think a heal would have fit her fighter style a lot more rather than damage reduction, but sure, you do you, I guess. Either a heal or just like, fine, if you want to keep the shield, just have it like not be 100%. I don't know why you have it at 100%. That's my main issue with it. You just gave her full invulnerability for no reason, you know? And it's just disgusting for Shelly. She can just run you down for free. And okay, yeah, that's all I got about this. I don't like this one at all. As for Clay Pigeons, they somewhat nerfed it, like, because you can shoot less now. I don't know if the spread is worse. It feels worse. That's for sure. Though I could be 100% wrong. Because I have not been playing clay pigeons that often after the dash buffs. Because, you know. It used to be a chipping tool to get your super quicker. Though now it is more of a... It, like, makes Shelly into more of a control brawler at distances. Because now she can, like, actually close the gap in on you by farming her super and slowing you down at the same time. Which is interesting. It adds more reach for Shelly's viability because now you can play her in, like, more open maps. And that's good because it adds options. And again, this is depth because it actually adds more to Shelly that is, like, fitting within her playstyle because, like, she wants to close the distance, right? And pressure you into, like, a good super angle for her where she can follow up with her normal attacks. So having this is pretty good. Though I think the slow should not stack. Like, the slow should definitely not stack. Like, apparently you can, like, get a 9-second slow if you hit all your pellets. Which is, like, what? Excuse me? 9 seconds? Don't do that. What else? Oh yeah, they also, like... Okay, well, the nerf is technically, like, the fact that you can't shoot more than 3 times now because they fundamentally changed how this gadget works and have it on a charge-based system now. So you can, like, activate it 3 times instead of just activating it then starting to shoot. So you can, like, weave in normal attacks between the extended attacks, which I think should be, like, implemented for more gadgets in the game because I think this is a cool way to, like, you know, have options for gadgets. Where the fuck? Oh. So this should be a thing for, like, almost every, like, charge-based gadget, in my opinion. Because, again, it adds more options. This is what you're looking for with depth, because you have more options to work with. Anyways. I think this honestly grew on me. I hated it when the update dropped because of the less charges. But once I fundamentally changed how I think about... what do you call it? Clay pigeons. I started appreciating it a lot more because I already like running Shelly in mid-range maps and longer range maps because I think she's pretty underrated in those sometimes. But yeah, big fan of Shelly. The first gadget is a miss. The second one is, yeah, it grew on me for sure. As for the star powers, Shell Shock is extremely whatever. It's already a boring star power, so I guess giving it a boring effect is within character or something. It is a lot more damage. Like, it's a destructive option, which is what Shelly is portrayed as for most players. Most players don't think of her as a fighter. They think of her as a big damage dealer, you know? So anyways, it's whatever, really. Not the most interesting Buffy. Definitely one of the more... Definitely the most boring one, actually. I can't think of one that's more boring than this. Actually, maybe I can. Yeah, I can, but we'll get to that later. Not now. Bang, bang, okay. Shebang. Band-Aid. I will already say this is my favorite one because it adds something to Shelly's kit without over, like being all the way crazy over the top, you know? It's just a simple speed boost on Band-Aid activation. And the reason I think this is fine because Shelly really likes speed, and since, like, it happens on Band-Aid activation, it's not super duper oppressive because you're already at a lower amount of health, and I think that's pretty good. Like, it's not, oh, speed boost until it is activated. No, it's just a speed boost when it is activated. And I think this is genuinely the most balanced Buffy in the game right now. And props to them for thinking of this one. Yeah, best Buffy. Okay, the hypercharge is actually the weakest hypercharged Buffy among all the ones that got added. I think that's a trend with Shelly. Like, she has the weakest Buffies. Which I guess is fine. Like, she doesn't really need much. And whatnot. But yeah. Big fan of Shelly, like, and I'm glad they didn't, like, mess her up with the Buffies for the most part. Like, the dash is still a dash, you know? It's just that it has invulnerability for some reason. Or whatever. Not much to say on Shelly. Though I will say, Buffy's making hypercharges last longer should just go. That should not be a thing. It just shouldn't. Hypercharges are balanced around, like, lasting a short amount of time, and increasing that time by any capacity will make them much more oppressive. And that's a very risky stat to work with, and you should, like, not touch it at all because you already have the pre-established time. Like, you can already kite out hypercharges quite easily, and making the kite time, like, longer just makes hypercharges way harder to counter. Sorry, because you have to be careful of the hyper for longer because it is active for longer, because they reach you faster and whatnot for a longer amount of time. You have to respect that distance even more so than you do already, and it's just annoying for the gameplay loop, and they should genuinely get rid of that as soon as possible. Okay, that's Shelly. Overall, I'd say she's the weakest one in the bunch. But the clay pigeons and band-aid ones are really good for her. Next is Colt. Now, okay, Colt came with, like, a rework for his, like, one of his gadgets, which I think it's fine to rework gadgets. I think, like, oh, cool. Because they reworked the one that I hated anyway, so I always thought Speedloader was, like, a bad star power for the game because... Okay, not star power, gadget, sorry. Because, like, you just spend... Like, you know, trades in this game, like damage trades or fights, happen around your ammo count. And if you can just cheat the ammo count by reloading for free, then it's not really fun to face, especially with how fast his reload is anyway. Like, this just made it more oppressive for no reason. And removed a ton of the, like, skill expression with ammo management and counting ammo and whatnot. Yeah, definitely horrible gadget, that one. It's a good thing it's gone. It got replaced with, like, 2 really fast shots that, upon hitting... Okay, well, I don't know if the ammo... Okay, wait. The ammo steal is apparently the Buffy effect, but they slow you. I think by base, like, in the base of this, it's a fine gadget, genuinely. I think this is fine to have. Rewarding Colt with hitting you with the gadget and allowing easier follow-up. This is genuinely a fine gadget. However, I do think the Buffy effect is awful. Because you, like... I shouldn't have to tell you how strong... Like, I was just talking about how strong it is to mess up ammo count by cheating with 2 more bullets, right? Because you have 2 more shots. You basically win the fight for free. So... Okay, that was ridiculous, because now he's up 2 ammo. Effectively has 2 ammo, right? Above you. So, what does the Buffy do for that? What if, instead of being up 2 ammo, he's up 4 ammo, because you're down 2 bullets and he's up 2 bullets? Like, he technically puts you into negative bullets by stealing your ammo. This doesn't only make like fighting Colt even more frustrating because like he messes you up even more. But it also makes like closing the distance on him even more terrifying. Like he already dealt a ton of damage up close and you didn't want to do that much. But now you made it worse because, well, he's just gonna steal your ammo. You know? It's kind of like you just can't get close to Colt anymore. So now what do you do? It just adds a whole, like, whatever Pam is great into. Okay, well, not really everything that she's good into. But, like, my point is, you're making Colt good into too many things by doing this, in my opinion. Which isn't something that you should, like, go for. I think it should have been, like, another speed boost, genuinely. Like, like, if it was another speed boost, I think it would have been fine. But... okay, well, maybe not a speed boost. Actually, I haven't thought about this. What would I like his effect to be? Definitely not the ammo steal. Maybe a damage buff on the next attacks? Like, oh, a damage buff for 2 seconds. Like, that would be cool because it would, like, fit into the gadget's, like, goal of, like, you know, how do I explain this? Well, now, because it slows people, right? If it buffs your attack, then... what the fuck? If it buffs your attacks, then it makes the follow-up part of the gadget a lot more prominent, which is what they should be going for because you're basically designing the gadget around that, so might as well just go all in, no? But no, they kind of just went and half-assed it, and I think that's kind of lame. And I wish they didn't do that, but whatever. Yeah, this is probably the most insulting Buffy in the game, I'm gonna be honest. There's others that I do not like, but this one is just bottom 5, even though there's 18. I'm being too slow with this. I did it tangents. Oh, what's this? Oh, cool. Anyways. Silver Bullet is such a whatever change. Though I will say, I do not like that gadget indicators are gone when it's popped, you know? You know how you used to have a ring above your head when you popped a gadget? Well, you don't have that anymore, so Silver Bullet just appears, and now it deals even more damage, so... this is, like, awful because you need clarity in a fight. Like, you need a heads up that, oh, you're about to get hit by big damage, but they just kind of remove that. It's kind of like removing the... like, because this was the advantage of Claw. It's abusing, like, the person's reaction times by, like, throwing them off by instant popping the gadget, right? That was the advantage of Claw, and they just gave that to everyone. When it was an advantage for Claw, it was fine, in my opinion, because it's just something that the players have practiced and not something within the game itself, because the game should prioritize accessibility and, like, clarity over just making everyone, like, have the same advantage that could cause issues like this. So now you can just, what the heck, hit me, you know? It's definitely not a good change, in my opinion. Other than that, it's whatever. It's just more damage on Silver Bullet. Who cares, you know? Who cares about Silver Bullet? Outside of breaking walls. Slick Boots is a fantastic change. Makes Colt better around corners. rewards him for actually hitting you. This one is good because this is what Colt should be about, hitting shots, you know? This is his whole thing. And this also helps him with the follow-up. See, this is the theme that like this and Speed Loader have. It's helping you with following up your shots, and that's a good thing because, again, that's what Colt is designed around: hitting shots and follow-up, and following them up with like a full mag. So props to this one. Definitely like his more fun option now. As for the other one, this like works like Maisie's now, where like yeah, it's the same old effect, but if you hit people at high ranges, I don't want to play this. Hold on. If you hit people at like high ranges and whatnot, you'll be able to you know, deal more damage, and that rewards you, and this is good. I want more stuff that rewards you for actually doing something, instead of just being a passive effect that just is ridiculous, like the 100% shield. What else? What else? What else? What else? What's next on his list? Oh, the hypercharge. Oh yeah, the hypercharge buff. Remember what I said about like like clarity and anticipation, so you can like know what your opponent is doing, so you can play accordingly and whatnot. Yeah, so throw all of that out of the window. Give Colt instant unload. Why are we doing that? Genuinely, why are we doing that? Like, it's so stupid. I don't like this one. And again, the same complaint with Shelly Hypercharge. I'm noticing that this is turned into a review of every Buffy in the game. I guess I'll just list the ones that I think are ridiculous. M's hype should not give invulnerability. It's just too much sustain. Because if she catches 2 or more people in her super, she just gets a free heal tick, and it's like 1,200 healing for free on top of the tick that comes after the invulnerability. So she's gonna heal like 2,500 by the time that her invulnerability runs out, which you know, problematic media. You know, her push is fine. People are saying it's too broken. I think it's genuinely fine to give this to Ems. Because like it's a skill shot now, and missing it has become like an actual thing and a concern. So, like, hot take, but it's good in my opinion. What else do I not like? Oh yeah, Ems' other star power, the extra damage, has the worst Buffy in the game. What do you mean it just causes reduced damage? It's so weak. But you know what? At least it's not more damage, so I don't care. Alright. Frank. I think every Frank Buffy is like the worst one this update. Like every single one is unfun to use. Actually, maybe not unfun to use. It's fun to use broken stuff or whatever. But like, it's unfun to face, that's for sure. It just all feels like stuff that Frank shouldn't have. Like, Frank shouldn't have heal. Frank shouldn't have a shield. Frank should not be CC immune for... Okay, well, how long is it again? Okay, no, it's fine. I think that actually, the CC immunity one, I think is genuinely fine. As a concept, like deleting a projectile is really cool, and that does add more like room for fun on Frank, because like now you can actually do stuff outside of just walking around and taking damage. You can deny damage, which is cool. Though I will say, changing the sound effect on the gadget to Noise cancelling, or whatever it is, might just be the worst change in Brawl Stars history. What the heck were they thinking with that one? Why does it go with noise cancelling now? Sigh. Yeah, Frank. Frank Brawl. He's like one of the most annoying brawlers in the game right now. Use him all you can. I hope he gets nerfed to shit. I hope this brawler becomes unusable. I've never liked him being strong, and I hope he never sees the light of day ever again after these things are nerfed. So, like, fundamentally, you need to reduce the shielding or remove it like completely if you want him dead. Because having a shield on a 15k health character makes them practically have, like, you know, just a humble, like, 19k health-ish. And even then, like, on top of, like, I think the biggest issue with this is that it makes healing more efficient on him. That's a thing that people don't talk about that much. If you take less, like, the shields don't reduce your healing, so you're practically getting more effective health out of the healing. So if you just keep max health with a barrier or something, it's just gonna be even more frustrating, you know? And I feel like people don't talk. How the fuck did I go so high? I feel like people just don't talk about that, like effective health as a concept in Brawl Stars. If, in a way, like, okay, how do I explain effective health? Okay, here, I'll explain. Let's say you have 100 health, but you have a 50% shield, okay? Your effective health takes into account your shield and your health value. So in this case, you would realistically be having 150 health, not 100. Even though it says 100, its effective health is 150, you know? It's not a hard concept to grasp. I just feel like people don't, like, talk about it enough, you know? Pretty sure plenty of other games do use this term. Or I'm crazy and I am stupid, you know? Which is very likely, more likely than you think. Anyways. Yeah, the shield's gotta go. The healing's gotta go. The pull's gotta go. Frank just needs a complete rehash of his buffies if we're really insisting on giving buffies to this fucking piece of shit. Also, don't even get me started on the hypercharge. Don't even get me started, dude. It's so ridiculous that he just has max attack speed for the whole duration. Oh, guess what? It also lasts longer. So, like, what do you do? What do you even do? Like it's just a Frank that's hurling at you with extra speed, a shield, and like deals more damage than like 8-bit or something, you know? What do you do? Nothing. You can't kite this, you know? And that's the issue. You can't kite anymore. And it's so dumb. I yearn for the day where we're able to kite normally again, where every brawler doesn't get like a million things on top of having mobility. It's either mobility, like, that's a thing in Brawl, right? Like, brawlers with a ton of sustain are getting a ton of mobility, and I think that's just not how you're supposed to do it. If you have a ton of mobility, you should be a squishier character. Like, does that just not make sense? Like, if you're a mobile character, then your sustain should be your mobility. Like, not healing or killing everything. You know? This is about Mina, by the way. Anyways. Yeah, Frank definitely is the most annoying out of the bunch. And I think he's like affecting the game incredibly negatively right now. And I hope he like gets dealt with soon enough, but I honestly don't think he will be, because he's a popular character due to how easy he is. how easy he is and how much he can abuse ladder, because tanks are overpowered in ladder. Because people don't respect tanks as much. Alchemist. Anyways. Yeah, kill Frank. Hashtag kill Frank. Like if you agree. Like and subscribe. Smash like. Whatever. Fuck you, Frank. I don't like you. Who's next? Mortis. Okay. Mortis, I will say, he had a rework to Survival Shovel that makes it so he can phase through walls and like deal damage along. I don't know if the damage along the way is a buffy thing or not, but even if it isn't, I think the concept of having iframes on Mortis, as strong as it is, I think it's cool, because compared to Survival Shovel that just got you free value for activating it, this actually rewards good usage a lot more than Survival Shovel ever did. Unfortunately, as I say this, the other gadget with the buffy especially, which is Combo Spinner, I believe that is called, has become aimable, and the thing with that is that it's aimable through walls, which is like, what? It also gives him supercharge, which is like, what? The problem with Survival Shovel is that it gave you free value, like, in a ton of matchups. It felt like you had 4 or 5 dashes. And what does Survival Shovel do? It just gives you a better dash. A better 4th dash, actually. Which makes facing Mortis a lot more frustrating, especially when he doesn't have to fully commit his position in order to deal damage to you, since it is aimable and through walls. I don't know why it's aimable through walls. That pisses me off more than anything. We should really, really think again about this. Like, what are we doing, dude? Like, goes through walls. I'm crying. Give Mortis shade attack. Fuck off. And it's even more oppressive with the buffy because of the crit on half HP. Which again is cool as a concept, because Mortis is meant to like kill people when they're low and whatnot, right? But when you like have it go through the wall, I don't know, man. It's problematic. Problematic media. I don't like it. Please revert. Like, if they want to keep it aimable, sure. Just have it not pierce walls, please. Like, I don't know why we're neglecting a concept such as walls, which the entire game is built around, you know? Like, walls dictate every fight. But now we're just not, I guess. Sure. The star power changes are cool. I do think his new gadget is cool. Combo Spinner needs to be reduced to ashes, because it's just not fun to face. I think that's one thing that the Brawl team doesn't account for while designing stuff. They don't really think of how fun something is to face. Maybe they do, but it just doesn't feel like it. And I think that's an issue. It should feel like you care, you know? Whatever. I don't like Mortis. I never liked Mortis. He's fun, but more options is fun. Spike is fucking, you know. Where do I just start this Spike? First off, they said they're removing, like, outdated gameplay, right? When I think of Spike, like, in terms of, like, outdated gameplay, I think, like, oh, definitely Curveball, because people have gotten good enough to dodge it. And it's always been a hated star power, so you have even more reasons to remove it. But I guess that doesn't matter. what they decide is or isn't outdated gameplay, because I genuinely don't know what their concept of outdated even is. It's strange, you know? Like, sure. Let's roll with it for a second. Let's say fertilize is the outdated one, and I'm wrong, and you're right, and I should, like, go to jail or something because I'm gay or something. I don't know why I said that. Why did I say that? What the fuck? Anyways. No hate to gay people, by the way. I think you're really cool. Where was I? How did we get here? Why are you listening to me? I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy on the mic. I'm just saying shit on the microphone, and you're actually spending your time in the day to listen to me, like, being schizophrenic. Is this genuinely how you want to spend your time? What the hell are you doing? I appreciate your presence, and I hope that one day I will be able to be less crazy around you. Smile, smile. Anyways, what the fuck? Where were we? Oh, Spike. Right. That's Spike. I'm crying. They removed Fertilize. Really sad. I always thought that was a fun star power. I always thought it was healthy because it like fits Spike, you know, because Spike is a cactus, and you don't want to get close to a cactus. Ow. Because, you know, they hurt, and a cactus would kill you up close. Which is cool. I think that's what Spike is designed around, in my opinion. Like, they have poke at range. What the hell? They have poke at range, which is okay. And then, like, they have this thingamajig where if you get up close to them, they deal even more damage to you than they do at range because of the direct hits, and terrifying, you know? A Spike up close has always been scary, and Fertilize played into this by making Spike have more survivability up close, which I always thought was fun to play with. But apparently no, Curveball suits Spike's design a lot more, guys. You know, the whole annoying ass poke from far away playstyle that Spike is just not supposed to be, like, built around. Yeah, let's leave that in the game, but, like, we're removing the fun star. Okay, yeah, I'm pissed about it. Yes, I am. Anyways, the current Fertilize doesn't, like, lean into the get up close to me and die playstyle. It instead just rewards you for poking even more because it works at any range now, which is, again, disappointing. I don't know if the Brawl team genuinely thinks about these things as much as I do, because I feel like they just slap words onto a Brawler's design. They're like, oh, outdated. Yeah, but what is outdated to you? Like, what is an outdated design? What is Brawl currently trying to be? You know? That is something I think even the devs don't know at this point. Like, they're just trying to make mega hyperactive characters every update with a million mechanics and whatnot. I thought Trunk was cool. That one's a cool one because they're simple. But did they really need, like, to make Mina or Fierce? Glowbert is a simple design and is really cool. Like, are we having a League of Legends problem here where designs are so over convoluted that it just... Why? You don't always have to make the most convoluted design ever, you know? People like simple characters. People love Colt. People love Brock. Okay, I say people, I'm talking about the majority, not me. I don't like these characters. But, like, I'm talking about everyone here. Like, the majority, you know? There's a reason these brawlers are popular. It's because they're simple. Everyone can pick them up. Am I dead? Anyone can pick them up, and they have a ton of stuff to do with them, you know? Like, oh, Colts, you can improve your aim and do dodging with Magnum. And yeah, you know? Like, I'm running out of breath now. Spike. Back on track. Let's get back on track. Oh yeah, they also removed Pincushion, like the gadget. I think that is a fine removal. That is an example of an outdated gadget, because this is from the time back when gadgets that shoot things around you were really like popular, apparently, for the dev team to make. It's like one of the earliest gadgets that has been designed, I guess. It's not an interesting concept. It doesn't really like add much to Spike. You can just shoot people up close and get the same effect, you know? So it wasn't interesting, and it made Spike way like more to play, you know? Because it felt random. As if Spike isn't random enough, but whatever. It's besides the point. My point is... yeah, good on them for removing that. Though what they replaced it with is somehow even worse. It suffers from the issue of clarity that I talked about with Silver Bullet, and it is literally a Shelly super with a root. What? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, dude? Are we like serious? What? Did Spike really need more CC? Or a Shelly super? Actually more damage than a Shelly super, by the way. Yeah, I think it's really funny. Whatever. Ugh. It's disgusting what they did to Spike. So now you literally cannot get up close, because on top of the attacks, and the increased slow on super due to not needing mythic anymore, and the extra HP, which I don't like the HP buffs, by the way. I think they're stupid and they shouldn't have been done. They only mess up like interactions and nothing else. They don't offer anything else, and their excuse of it's because of buffies is such a lame excuse, and they should really revert half or more than half of these. And where was I? Ow. Killed myself. Curveball got more range, because sure, why not? Let's make Curveball more annoying, or whatever. What happened, dude? What happened? What happened to this game? Someone tell me. Did Spike need more poke? That's not what Spike is made for. And then the hyper is even more poke, because it remains on where you shot it and then pops again for more area denial. Like, I think that's my biggest issue with buffies. They just don't, like, most of them don't, like, complement the brawler's kit. They just add more to it for no reason, you know? And the fact that that's a thing is just like showing that the dev team is like out of touch with what they want the brawlers to be. And I think if they if they genuinely don't know what they want their brawlers to be, then how can we trust them to like make good designs from here on out? No, I guess it's like a doomer take or something. But it is a genuine concern that I have, because I feel like they don't know what they want to do with the characters. What else? Okay, yeah, that's every Buffy, I believe. But I didn't even talk about the system or why I hate it. The thing is with Buffies, The way of obtaining them is really disgusting. It's just literally gambling. That is extremely expensive for anyone that isn't just turbo maxed. Is it really worth like 3,000 golds worth of coins just to get a single buffy? Is that what you're telling me? Like, sure, you buff the pass or whatever, but that just doesn't... That's just not enough. What are you doing? And then you don't even choose the one that you get because they're all random. I wonder if I can get to the top. Because they're all random. You don't get to choose what you get. Because why not? Because they hate you. They hate you. They want your money. Whatever. And alongside that, yeah, you don't get to choose the one that you want. And they're super rare to pull from drops, I think. I think they are. If I recall correctly, like you can pull them from the drops or whatever. But only chaos drops, I think. Which I didn't even get to, but I've never opened one, and I don't know how often they will be giving those away, so I can't really comment on that. With buffies is like they say that they want to add more skill expression and depth to the game. Some of them do accomplish that. Most of them are just passive power creep for the character that just kind of throws like away half of your knowledge for the character and like just messes up their matchups even more. Like Mortis is just even better into throwers now, yay. Or Ems is great in open maps because like she can just run you down and out sustain your damage or whatever. This is just a theory, I'm just spitballing. Whether it's true or not is up to you to figure out. Like it just, I don't know. What are we doing? Like if you want to add more depth to the game, you should be looking at more like buffy. Okay, just make the buffies like if you want to keep buffies. I think you should only have one active per match. Like, oh, do I want my hyper buffy active? Like, make it so like when you pull a buffy for a character, it's just like permanently on them, and you choose what you want the buffy on. Like, do you want it on the gadget or star power or whatever? And initially, that's what I thought it would be. I thought like you pull a single buffy and like, oh, you then get to choose what you want to use it on. Like, oh, do you want a star power to be buffed, or do you want your gadgets to be buffed or whatever? And I think that genuinely would have been much better and more eco-friendly, because like now, sure, you can keep the gambling or whatever, but it's also like, it also, well, you know, it doesn't add 9k gold's worth of gold to maxing out a character. Because right now, maxing out a character takes like 20-something thousand gold, which is just absurd. This is minus any extra gears that you might be wanting to get, or this is just one character, mind you. Like, you will have multiple characters. Like, this makes 4 characters being maxed take like 100k gold, and I shouldn't be the one to tell you why that's an issue. Why are we doing that? I do not know. Like, it's just overinflating the requirement to max out. Like, oh, maxed players have been maxed for a while, and we don't have hypercharges for them anymore. So drop like a truckload of gold requirement onto their heads and see what they do, you know? That's what it feels like to me, at least. And I don't know if that's their intention. Like, even as a maxed player myself, I just maxed out right away, and I just feel sorry for everyone who isn't maxed, because you don't have the power points for this or the gold for this. It's just so dumb, you know? Like, dude, it's so sad. Like, I'm not a free-to-play. I cannot imagine how horrid it must be to collect all of these as a free-to-play. And I think genuinely, like, they should really work on the pricing and what they do with them. Like, they should definitely make those more accessible. It's also a ton more, like, to keep track of for, like, early players, I guess. Like, I don't know, I don't like buffies. I just think, like, sure, the idea of reworking kits and adding more to them is cool. I just don't think it should be like this. I think, like, you're just literally gatekeeping balance changes at this point. Like, oh, Colt, I don't know, Colt deals more damage at range. That's cool as a concept, so why should you have to paywall this? Why should I have to get a buffy instead of just adding this to the brawler and then everyone gets the depth? Like, it's overwhelming. Is it overwhelming? Is it? I don't think it is. With the stuff that you've been adding to the game, I don't think that's a concern for you. But whatever. It's just disgusting, I guess. It's a disgusting business practice. Again, cool idea. I think brawlers that are old should be worked on. I always complain about old designs, and taking another look at them is very solid from the team. However, you're doing it wrong, and I believe there's better approaches for this, is what I think at least. So, like, how are we... Well, I already said some solutions in my opinion, but it is just an opinion, I guess. I think there's just a ton to be discussed here, because Brawl is like a game with a very different fan base, like different fan bases, like within the like different player bases within the game itself, so it's hard to like balance the game out. Like, I wouldn't know, a casual might just be loving this update because Frank, like, you know, runs people down or whatever. Maybe their favorite brawler is getting buffies. I don't know this because I'm not one of these players. And I don't think I want to imagine a world where I am. Thing is, I don't want to imagine the buffies for my favorite brawlers because they've shown that they are removing some of the fun stuff for, like, you know. Well, the only example for this is Fertilize, I guess. But doing that at all just makes me concerned for the future of the game. And I guess tangent over, I really don't know where this video was headed. I just really just wanted to say things, I guess. Alright, bye.